You were purposefully hidden in plain sight. And being that God is very good at what he does, they weren't supposed to find you there. They weren't supposed to recognize who you are when you were being hidden. However, the veil around you is starting to thin away because it's supposed to. What was hidden, you, is beginning to be revealed. It first had to be revealed to you. And as it was revealed to you, others started to recognize it too, but they couldn't have recognized it before, when God was purposefully concealing it. You were always a secret waiting to be uncovered. You just had to recognize that there was something worth uncovering. You had to see yourself that way, to make the hard choices and the changes to shift perspective and recognize what had been there all along. You were the stillness in the chaos. There was always this lighthouse that shone from within, but you spent so much time looking around trying to figure out where this light was coming from. You had to reach a pivotal point where you said, oh, it's coming from within. I'm seeking externally what can only be found internally. You were the echo of truth in a world full of noise. So of course people wanted to drown that out because people fear the truth, especially when it is a truth about themselves being exposed by the mirror that you hold up for people. That's what God wanted to conceal until it was time so you could know the power and strength in being that mirror and playing that role. You weren't being concealed as a punishment, you were being concealed as preparation. You were always the whisper of hope in a room full of doubts. And now everyone who doubted you can't help but recognize that God had you hidden right in plain sight, and they failed to see it because they didn't want to. Your potential was always wrapped up in the layers of hesitation, and those layers of hesitation were only there until you could see yourself for the truth of who you are. You know that song, God Must Have Spent a Little More Time on You? That's this. If you're seeing this message right now and you're feeling this message right now, that is this. Not that you're more special or important than anyone, but your mission is. We all are meant to play certain roles, and your role is to hold up the mirror for others so that they can eventually play their role. You're a pivotal piece in the puzzle of people who wanted to pretend like they couldn't see you. They see you now because you see you now. You were always meant to be the light that broke through the darkness. But in order to do that, you had to first be in the darkness. And then you had to recognize that you were the light that was made to change the darkness around you.